Shout out to MULTIVERSUS and Sajam for giving us the beautiful Manon gameplay, and today we're taking Manon's moveset and breaking it down step by step. Let's get into it.
Take it one step at a time.
Alright my dudes, so to break down Manon's gameplay, we're starting off with their special moves. I'm gonna mess up all the names. Menage Doré, I don't know if that's how you say it, but the first special move here is kind of a half circle back punch where you grab your opponent at close range, disrupt their balance, and toss them to the ground with a powerful throw. Now, the thing to keep in mind here is landing this move will raise your metal level. I think her max metal level is like 5, and the move's effect will change depending on that level. Not only the effect, but that also means damage, the animation, how many hits you do. So this is basically a command grab, and let me show you here. So she walks in, grabs the opponent, spins them, tosses them to the ground essentially, and again the move's damage or the effect will change depending on your metal level. I think in her moveset, we'll go over the other one later, but I think she has 2 command grabs that raise her metal level, and again the higher metal level, the better the grab is. And the next one we have here, Run Point, a nice down forward kick, is a swift upwards kick performed while spinning. It is useful in combos or if done early as an anti-air attack. So you have a nice kick for combos, or you can just use it as an anti-air. And here's the animation. Let's back up just a little bit. So here's the first initial grab. Moving on to the Rond Point here for the actual kick itself. So that's the EX grab, by the way. But the Rond Point kick, the nice, looks like 2-hit kick. So there's the, and that's the EX version, which I'm assuming you can go into a combo for. So this next one, that one's a low as you saw there, but also the next one here, I think that's an overhead. So this degage, I'm not sure how to say that, the down back kick, which is a powerful thrusting kick performed with all the grace of ballet. It's useful for catching opponents by surprise and slipping through their guard. And I'm assuming the reason why it's useful for slipping through their guard is because you have the options of going low or overhead. I'm not quite sure if that second one is an overhead. Let's kind of watch it again here. I'll show you. And then this one here, you see the first one, there's a 2 low hit, and then the next one is the same move is higher, but I'm not sure if that means it's a high hit or if it's an overhead. This next one is the second command grab that she has. So far for the special moves, right here you see we have 2 options when it comes to the second command grab. We'll go over both of them, but so far we have 4 special moves, 2 command grabs that raise the metal level for Manon, and then 2 kicks. And one of the kicks, it looks like we have 2 options as well. So essentially we have 5 special moves to kind of go with Manon depending on the situation and what we want to use at that time. But here we have the Renverse, which again is the second command grab where you spin towards your opponent and grab them, command grab them before sending them flying. Landing this move will of course raise the metal level as said earlier, and of course raising the metal level will also change the effect of the move or the grab. Again, raising damage, the animation, how many hits you do, stuff like that. So here's the animation for the move itself. You spin forward, grab them, turn them, spin them, throw them down, and again the higher metal level, the more damage you do. That's the EX version. Now this Grand Fouté, I'm saying that probably wrong, is during that spin of your, you know, the Renverse second command grab, before you actually grab them, you can actually press kick and it will perform a kick that can be performed from the forward lunge in Renverse. Again, like what kind of just said, is while you're spinning you press kick. Useful in combos or as a way of checking your opponents from mid-range. So also I think it'd be a good way to throw your opponent off guard, because if they see that coming, they're like, oh, they're gonna grab me, maybe I'll backdash or whatever it may be, and you're like, psych, I'm gonna kick you. So for those that have been on my channel for a while, you probably know me a little bit personally. You know that I was a dancer for 6-7 years, and so the aesthetic of Manon I just vibe with, man. The whole idea of using, you know, dancing moves while fighting, I just love that. Let me know down below so far, what are you thinking of Manon's moveset? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you gonna main her? Let me know your thoughts down below. Moving over to Manon's super arts, or their supers. Of course, they have level 1, level 2, level 3, and I think the third one, I'll show you in a minute. I think it's command grab. I'm not quite sure. I don't think it is, but it might be. This one, first one of it is Arabesque, where it is a kick performed while sliding forward along the ground that sends your opponent flying. Now this move is invincible on startup, making it very useful as a way to turn the tables. As you can imagine, it's invincible on startup, so you kind of just watch how fast this whole animation is. So she'll basically just slide beneath them, sending them upwards, and I'm not sure if that's like combo-able. I would assume so, allowing you to maybe command grab them after they're falling down, or, you know, kick them or whatever it is. But that is a very fast invincible a very useful, in my opinion, first level super art. This next one, it totally a nice down back kick. Launch your opponent into the air with a quick 1-2 combination of kicks and follow up with a powerful leaping kick. This move executes quickly, not invincible on startup, unfortunately, making it useful as an anti-air attack or as a way to combo airborne opponents. So that's kind of dope. So if you have a hit that pops them into the air, use this to continue the combo. Watch how dope this combo is. So here's a startup animation. Love it already. Kick, 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 kick. It's already 6. So yeah, it's an anti-air if you want to stop it from coming down, or you just pop them in, you know, during a combo and then follow up with that, making it very easy to actually hit because they'll already be in the air. Now, I have seen Manon's, you know, third super, the Pordedo. I'm not saying that right, but it's okay. Down forward punch. I love the way this looks, and I cannot wait to see how it looks on all the characters in Street Fighter, especially Zangief for Marissa. But it is an attack as though performing a ballet dance, and then you smash your opponent into the ground with a devastating slam. So the reason why I say it's probably not a command grab is because all her grabs before say the word grab. This says the word attack, so you'll see the animation, and I think I want to say it's a grab, but I mean, because it looks that way. But with the way they're wording it here, I don't think it is. So here's the animation itself. So she'll do the animation and then she'll grab the opponent and then of course spin them. I love the way they're like ballroom dancing, throw them in the air, doing lifts, dancing together, and then she slams them down. I love that. I cannot wait to see that on other opponents. But again, you see here, she grabbed that over there, this frame. She grabs the opponent. So I hope it's a command grab. I don't think it is, but I hope it is. All we have here to go off is the word attack. So I'm going to assume it's not a command grab, it's just an attack, but either way, it looks super clean, super dope. And I'll probably make a video in the future with Manon's third super art on all the opponents in a row, just to give you guys a visual on how it looks, because I'm already picturing it on E-Honda, and that thought is hilarious. Now, her unique attacks here are nice, simple, just one-hit attacks. Now, I won't go over all of them because they're pretty basic, but the things I want to note here is this first one right here, Tomoe de Rare, I'm assuming, is kind of a diagonally forward kick. Now, this is a kick with long reach that launched the opponents into the air. Now, the reason why I want to note that is because it says the word launches opponents into the air, and I don't think it would say that if it wasn't a comboable attack, if that makes sense. So you'll see the animation here. She'll kind of spin forward and kick the opponent. They're not in the air for long, so I'm wondering, and you got to get up there. So I'm wondering, like, what's the point of mentioning it launch them in the air if you can't combo afterwards? Is this more like a combo ender, or depending on how quick you are, can you do a super after that? I'm not sure. So the second thing that I want to note here is a couple of her moves state that, you know, right here it says attack that pulls your opponent towards you. So you'll see the animation, but you'll see the opponent be pulled towards you, and I think that's really a great mechanic because she's got the command grab. So if your opponent's too far away, the command grab, as we all know for grapplers, won't actually connect. You'll probably whiff the grab. So the fact that you can pull your opponent towards you to get them, you know, face to face, and then possibly follow up with a command grab to essentially make sure that it's going to connect is actually super nice. And I love that kind of aspect, the mechanic there from Manon. It's like, hey, don't go away from me, get close to me, command grab you, thus raising my metal level, thus raising my attack on my grab. Just a small thing to know. So you'll see the animation, she hits you twice, and you saw how the opponent again got dragged towards you. So you'll see there, dragged towards you again, allowing you to follow up with whatever you see fit for how close your opponent is. A third thing to note is on a couple of her moves here, they're single input moves. As you see, it says a 2-hit series of attacks. And on this move specifically, the second of which cannot be blocked crouching. So the second hit here is an overhead. So for a single input, a lot of her moves here for single inputs have 2 hits, which I think is great because a lot of opponents might, you know, stop blocking after the first hit. And then on this one, you have an overhead, which I think is great because it kind of catches your opponent off guard if they're crouching a lot. And then after they're whiffed from this overhead, you can again command grab, super, whatever it may be, but at least you have an option for an overhead. And then of course here are Manon's grabbing animation. She just kind of trips you, and then the back throw is the same way, but she just trips you in backwards and throws you that way. We have the drive impact, the drive reversal, the drive parry, like all the universal mechanics for the characters. So for Manon's gameplay for the metal level, you see there in the top left under our health bar we have 1. So you'll see as we do the grabs more, it'll raise the metal level 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 1 and 2 are the same. 3 and 4 do more damage and the, you know, a bigger, longer animation, and then 5 does the most damage and the longer animation you'll see here. So we do it again, there's that grab. We'll do it again here, and I think it's the same, yeah, so the same grab essentially. Now we're on 3, does a longer animation, bob. And then the 4th one, I believe, is the same animation, and I don't know, it might do a little bit more damage. And then 5, of course, is the longer animation, where she throws you way high, body slams you down. Now, the thing I want to note there too is on the 5th grab animation, where she just pulls you down, slams you. Look at the health. Look how much health is taken off by a single command grab. Now, given we're on, you know, 5 metal level, I understand that, but picture you're on, you know, metal level 5, and you do 2-3 hits prior to this combo, prior to this, you know, command grab, make it a combo. You are, if you add an extra, what, 10-15% extra damage, you're doing half 50% of the opponent's life bar in a single combo. So if you do this a little later in the game, you know, by the time you get to metal level 5 and you do a 2 or 3 hit combo that ends with a command grab and they're below 50%, you're probably gonna win that fight. And then of course this is her 2nd command grab, where she kind of, it's a little bit quicker as she just spins you and trips you downwards. And you see our metal level is rising. So there's number 2. The 3 adds, of course, another spin around and then throws you down. And then 4 is the same way. This is kind of a grab, spin you around, trip you downwards. And then 5 is a longer animation, which I think it looks pretty sick too. Throws you in the air, really slows you down. Now, the thing I want to note here on that 5th metal level grab throw for the 2nd command grab, as you see, it's not quite as powerful as the first one. We're not doing quite as much damage. I'm wondering if, depending on the situation, the strategy might be to use this command grab for a couple of times. It might be quicker or whatever it may be. And then, of course, when you're on meta level 5, to use the first command grab to do that high extra damage. Maybe use the single hit inputs that, you know, drag your opponent towards you and then do the command grab. Or, you know, my brain is just thinking of strategies right now as I'm seeing the damage input we're here. I'm trying to see the meta level we're at. My brain just racing of like, what could we possibly do depending on what situation with what we're given for Manon here. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I first saw the reveal trailer for Manon, I was like, oh, that character right there is probably gonna be my main based off just the way they look and their gameplay that we got from her reveal. And then breaking her moveset down as we just did, I am just even that much more excited. Let me know down below, what do you think of Manon and her moveset so far? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you gonna main her? Let me know down below. Subscribe here for more Street Fighter content. We have new videos Monday and Friday, and we stream at least twice a week. Take it one step at a time, and I will see you in the next one.